2,
1.
1.
All
right.
You know the deal. Episode 3 of what is now Sons of the Culture.
Sons of the Culture.
We are cultured sons. Or sons that are trying to learn more about the culture.
Look at it either way.
Whatever the culture may be.
Yeah, it depends on the culture.
It really depends on the culture.
Cultured meat, not too much, not too familiar with it.
It just depends on the day, honestly, the things that are going on. But thank you for joining us. We are back and better than ever. Episode 3 of Now Sons of the Culture. We're going to get into that story a little bit later. How you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Starting later than we did last time, but it's all good. We had some other setup going on.
We got 3 camera angles now.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
I don't want to speak be like, oh, it's gonna happen, and then
we're not saying it's happening
in the final shot.
We're just saying we got
one.
We got one camera, but we're saying we're trying things out. You know, we're doing what we can.
Yeah,
keeping things interesting.
Facts.
But yeah. Good morning.
Morning. Well, it's fucking.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's almost 2.
Good evening. Good night.
It's 1:45.
My mom always says, love, peace, and no hair grease. I don't really know what that ever meant, but she said it, and it sounds cool sometimes.
Keep your hair clean, I guess.
I do. Wash it.
I think that's what it like.
Oh, yeah. No hair grease. You know, love and peace. We braid it up right now. She had to come twist me down. Felt good. People started asking me, like,
hey, did you do that yourself?
That'd be very hard to do yourself.
Like, wait,
I think it's impossible to braid it that tightly by yourself all the way to the back, right?
I don't know. I'm sure someone can do it.
But like how do you see?
But like
the
I have
hairs
like
that
if you see when you see it later, I'll take it off and you'll see. But I got like she did like there's like 3 on the side that are like then connect to 1.
Huh.
So like she got like 3 right here and then they connect to 1 and then they connect to one piece.
That's
so like
cool.
I could never do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I feel like the smaller the braids are, the tighter they are. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like they're not. I mean, they're smaller because your hair's not as long.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So if like you're trying to braid your own hair, you'd have to be able to see all the little hairs you're grabbing to make sure it gets into the braid. Because like if you have hairs that are sticking out, it doesn't look good.
Oh no, it looks horrible. I'd be crusty. I hate. That's why like I go swimming and I'll be like I can't get my hair under the water like. And I feel like that's like a stigma. People be like, oh, like black people don't want to get their hair wet. And like no. We just spend a lot of time, effort, and energy on this, and we don't want to have to do it again.
Yeah, it's like if you dye your hair, you're not supposed to go and like chlorinated.
Yeah, I think chlorinated. I think it makes sense.
Chlorine water.
The water that is chlorine.
Yeah, because it fucks up the dye or something like that.
I can imagine that. Pulls it out probably.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that's good though. We're here in good old US of A.
Yeah, I mean.
It's not that good
It's
now. It's still pretty ass.
It's concerning times.
It's election season.
Yeah.
What have you been seeing like throughout the like timeline? Throughout the conversations?
I don't really like try to get into politics. It just like it doesn't I don't know. I just try not to watch shit.
Yeah, I don't
like I get like being informed is one thing, but like again, I think I mentioned this first episode. Like I read shit from like non-biased news outlets. Like I won't go to CNN and read an article, and I won't go to Fox and read an article because they both hate
each other. Yeah,
they hate each other, and they both side with one party or the other. You know,
it's hard to get information like nowadays. So that's like unbiased.
There's so much, and it's so easy to just find different shit. So you have to like find a reliable source. And I don't even know if the thing I look at is super reliable. That's why I don't like getting into that shit. Yeah, I don't know if I have 100% accurate information sometimes. Because sometimes people are seeing shit, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's because no one fact checks it. No one fact
checks.
Fact.
Yes.
No one fact.
That's kind of
that's a hard one.
Fact check.
Fact check.
You gotta say fast, I think.
Yeah.
Fact
one fact checks anything.
Fact check.
Which is unfortunate because you need to fact check. Double down on stuff. If you read something and you are like, this is interesting, I'd look into other sources too. Just get multiple viewpoints of information and then create what you think is going to be the best source for yourself, I guess. Because you can't really tell someone how to think or believe, but a lot of people are sheep.
Cheap?
Sheep.
Oh, sheep.
Sheep bad.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, you learn that shit in like high school English when you're writing like a persuasive essay.
Yeah.
You're supposed to look at the other side, like how people would view it, and that's how you make points.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I see how like
this
you
and
view this from your end, but let me give you this, and that information about this end and like an actual fact rather than something that's based upon.
Can you give me an example?
An example of like
just like like maybe like an idea that you have, then maybe like the other side you could see a point, but it would help make your argument stronger.
I mean, okay, so let's say the fact like you're trying to argue like I also believe in like the Second Amendment.
Yes,
you know, like
100%.
the right to bear arms.
Yes, 100%. Big facts. If you sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say if you don't agree with that, totally fine. Understand it. Makes so much sense. There are a lot of countries that don't use that. But that's an American way of life, and I think I have the right to defend myself and in those sorts. But also, don't be out here dirty with your burners.
Do it the legal way.
Just try your best.
Yeah.
If you can't, then it is what it is.
If you can't get a gun legally, don't.
Please don't. Because you're more trouble for yourself. But that's not the point. Anyways, continue. Just wanted to throw that out.
Well, I mean, you kind of just did what I was explaining. You like looked at the other side and being like, I can see why you view like not wanting to have guns here because other countries have this like statistic of like no gun violence or like very low gun violence versus like the U.S. has pretty high percentage of gun violence and like. Yes. I mean, it's just that kind of shit. It's just like where you know facts and you are able to look at other sides. Like you're not just so narrow-minded where you're like, only my way and there's no other way that works because it's not my way. Yes. And that's your only argument because I don't believe in it. It's wrong.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's that mindset. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to be able like I think a lot of like the arguments for people that are very like pro-gun, there's a lot of good arguments, and then there's a lot of people too that like they're like, why can I only have like 10 or 15? I don't know what it is right now. Yeah. 10 or 15 bullets in a magazine. Why can't I have just as much as I want? And I'm just like, well, because we don't want you going on a fucking shooting spree and don't have to reload. Like there's reasons, there's fucking rules. For sure. And like for me too, people are like, they're like, why can't we have like machine guns? Yeah. For me, I had this conversation a while back. I was talking about it with someone, and they're like, I bet shooting machine guns is fun. I was like, yeah, I think there's like spots in Vegas you can go to and like actually shoot fully automatic weapons. But they have like a specific license. You have to like fill out all this paperwork, and then you have to, I mean, they're careful. You're supervised the whole time. You have someone with you while you're shooting it. They don't just take the gun and go.
Go ahead. Yeah, like, no.
But like for me, I'm just like, I don't even understand what the fuck you want with the machine gun. Yeah. Like, what are you gonna?
Or a fully automatic assault rifle.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, if you had like that's like a gun that you didn't have to keep pressing on the trigger. Like, you could still shoot a gun really fast right now.
Oh yeah.
But
get your trigger finger up, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not. I think there's limitations on that too. I might be wrong. I don't know that many like rules off the top of my head. But like they want like there's people that are like I want like a fucking issued M16. Like I want that kind of like fire rate.
For what?
Exactly. I'm just like, unless the world's getting taken over by fucking gorillas. Yeah.
Light them up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, unless it's like the fucking world is ending and there's like zombies and shit. Yeah, like some crazy where you like actually have the need for military grade firepower. What are you doing on like Saturday? That's just like, like, yo, let me just fucking get.
You guys want to go light it up?
Let me just get a 30-round banana clip and fucking empty it in 3 seconds. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Hey, you know what's interesting? I was talking to my roommate, and my roommate used to live in Nevada, I believe. Yeah. And he was saying that like you go into Cabela's, and you know how at like Trader Joe's they have like those big tubs for like watermelons. He says those will be filled with like banana clips. And they're just completely into Cabela's, like no big deal. Yeah. And like, I understand if that's what you want. I don't necessarily have an issue with it. It's not like my preference.
I would like to know the reasoning behind it. Like if you're gonna buy it, I would like I'm not saying take all the fucking guns away because if you really do that, you make like owning guns illegal. people will still find a way to get guns illegally.
People still,
and then the bad people who don't care about breaking rules,
still
gonna get guns.
I mean, they already do that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about all the felons you know they got. Not that we know.
I was like, yeah, no. I was like,
I don't know, felons.
Cutting it out.
Stop.
Think about all the
that
and this fucking
that.
no, but fucking yeah, dude. I'm just like, I don't get that rule because like criminals or people that shouldn't own guns and they want to get one, they'll probably still find a way.
Yes, there's always a way.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. But like, I think there should be at least a little more like, screening.
Yeah.
Because I know California is like one of the most strict states.
Yeah, I think one of the most, if not the most. I think it's between us and New York. I want to say, yeah. I think we're the two probably strict, heavily regulated. And even now, California has gone, I think, a little bit overboard on even like buying ammunition. Like you even now,
there's like a
background
limit.
check. Yeah. Oh yeah, but there's a limit on how much ammunition you can buy. There's a background check. For ammunition, which I won't say I understand it because I don't necessarily understand it.
I understand it. I get the idea of like really being thorough about
who's owning, how much they're having, things like that.
How do you keep like that? That's people complain all the time. Like there's a fucking like a terrorist attack something. They're like, why wasn't the government keeping tabs on this guy? Like when he bought this, and that.
Totally.
That kind of shit. So like, if someone walks in and buys like fucking thousands of rounds of ammo, and then like next week they fucking shoot up somewhere.
Totally.
And they're like, well, like when did he get all this stuff? Like when did he get all this ammo? And like, if you have tabs, they can at least like look back and be like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, this guy just bought fucking 10,000 rounds worth of ammo in the last week. Yeah. Maybe we should check up on him or some shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like I get that point, but I also like. I can understand where it could be frustrating if you're just trying to like have a weekend where you go out shooting or something. You're like, I would like this much ammo because I'm having friends come and like we're gonna do all this shit, and it's kind of frustrating. They're like, okay, well you have to wait like 3 days and we'll get back to you and like all this shit. But
it's more of a hassle than anything.
Yeah, but like I mean, like the way I think about it is like, why isn't there a process to like how you get a car here?
Yeah,
there's tests.
Yes,
there's thorough checks, and there's like all that kind of.
Yeah, I understand what you. I see where you're going. Continue.
Yeah, no, I mean like I'm pretty sure the test for driving could be better. Yeah, for sure. But at least there's like multiple steps of what you had to do. There's like a lot of paperwork, and I'm not saying there's not a lot of paperwork when you buy a firearm.
Yes.
But then you have a written test, and then you have a performance test.
Yes.
And then like every so many years you need to go back and fucking get retested and make sure you still know the rules or get updated on rules and stuff like that. So I mean like there's because a fucking car is a weapon, dude. Like it's a dangerous weapon. If you're reckless and you fucking
and plenty of people are.
Yeah. If you get drunk and crash into someone, you kill people. If you get drunk and start shooting people with a gun, like
it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I understand why it could be a hassle, but I also understand the side of like I can see why you want a little more thorough background checks and like I know I don't want to do it for the drivers, but like what if they have like psychological tests and shit like that? Like what if they really got serious about like, yo, like what kind of person are you? And then, like, we'll see if you can own something that could obliterate someone else. You know?
Yes.
So,
it makes sense fully, and I think that sometimes rules do need to be updated.
Dude, my fucking thing too is about like again, I'm for the Second Amendment. Like, own a gun, be smart about it, be responsible. It's not a fucking toy.
No, it's not.
It's a super thing. But like, people are like, well, this is what our forefathers like Second Amendment right. And I was like, bro. Put into context when they first wrote that rule that everybody was allowed to own a gun, right? Like, that was your right. But I was like, think about the fucking guns they had. Bro.
Yes.
Literally fucking 10 minutes to reload a rifle for one shot. But these fucking things, you load up, you have 4 clips. It's just da-da-da-da-da. Drop it, next one in, you're good to go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a little different. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to view it differently than just what was written 300 years ago.
Yes, 100%.
You know how crazy that is, though?
No, it's wild to think about too, because you look at like the way, even the way that like those militaries, like how they
they were fighting.
They went and fought. Like, you stood in a line and shot each other to death. And then when everybody didn't have any more ammo, you might have stabbed them or something, whatever, like hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
And there was no, like, guerrilla warfare was considered, like, ungentleman.
Yeah.
And you're like...
You had to be classy. I'm like, bitch,
like, I'm trying to kill you.
I'm trying to fucking gain freedom.
Yeah, see, like, I want you to die, so I don't want to stand in a line and shoot you.
Yeah.
But nonetheless... Makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there needs to be, like, you can't just view it from, like, well, they said this amount of time ago, so it should apply
now
for right now. And I'm just like, I don't know, man, because like that shit's it's different.
Yeah,
time is different.
Totally. I think about that too with like
Could you imagine, motherfucker, like back in the day, if you had like a Glock with like a fucking 20 round, like one of those like
those little
big ass
clips,
extendo clip, and then fucking he's just on the battlefield, just dun, yo, what the fuck? They'd be like, yeah, maybe not that one. Everybody gets to have, but fucking. But that's what I'm saying. There needs to be updated rules and regulations. So like, hey, there's been a lot of school shootings in the past like 10 years. What the fuck is that? It's terrible. Mm-hmm. Let's do a little more thorough background checks on who the fuck's getting guns. Like. That's what I'm saying.
But you got to look at like the states too, because every state federally is under a certain jurisdiction, but then the state laws, they kind of get to skew them a little bit.
Yeah.
And that can be detrimental at times.
Yeah.
I even think about, excuse me. I think about, shoot, I forgot my point. Hold on.
Where in the U.S. are you thinking of?
Oh, okay. So you look at states like 33 states. There's 33 states in the U.S. that right now, we can go on our phone, download an application, submit it, and get a concealed carry permit.
That's crazy.
I don't have an issue with that. No.
Like, I mean, not crazy. But.
Not crazy, but it's just a little like all you have to do is fill out an application. And you send it in, and in 33 states, you will have a concealed carry permit.
Do they run a background thing on you, right?
I would imagine so.
Yeah,
yes.
There's like still. It's
there's
not
still,
like
it's
not like applying for a credit card.
No,
just like, well,
send it in, give it to him. It's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be all right. But I look at that and I'm like, oh wow, it's crazy. But like also in some of those states, certain things are a little less, I would say, aggressive in the matter of what people do in regards to things.
In what way?
I would say maybe in like you look at the state of like Georgia. Yeah. Or Kentucky.
Yes.
Now I can't remember where a lot of these school shootings have happened.
Yeah. Okay.
But you don't see certain things like that happening in some of these states. You do still. Yeah, you do, because they just happen wherever they happen. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. Yeah. But that's like I think there's a different energy that comes off in these places where they're like, maybe I won't do that, because like I saw it was like a school shooting. I think it was happening, and a teacher went to his car and got his revolver and ended up stopping the shooter. And I can't remember where that exactly was at. But things like that. It's just it's all situational. Nonetheless, though, I do think sometimes though, like never mind, I'm not gonna say that because I might incriminate myself. We're not gonna say that here. Anyways. Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna have firearms, please be safe. Don't do anything stupid or crazy. But yeah, I think laws do need to be updated. I don't think they should be taken. I think they should be updated.
To take at the end of the day is like, when you have the technology that continues to be updated, the rules need to also be updated, because it's a different playing field.
Yes. Oh, completely different.
Like when they first made that 6-shooter, like the Wild West kind of shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine getting in a duel and that guy has 6 shots and you have 1. Like, how do you feel though?
Oh, you'd be like, yo, what?
You're like, can we fucking?
Hey, yo, those Wild West boys were crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like that might be exaggerated, but I'm just saying, like, it started changing at some point when you could fire multiple shots at once. Like, I think that's when it needed to be like, okay, let's
But I feel like things were moving so fast. It's just things they weren't even like thinking about.
But that's sometimes like now we're at a point where we can like be like, hey, like let's use our brains a little bit. And
but you think about certain people that don't know how to use their brain too much.
I do,
and that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
brain power is a great thing.
Yeah,
and it should be used to the best of your ability.
Yeah,
but
I'm just saying, things are getting updated. The rules should be updated.
You know what I think is one crazy thing too, like Florida.
Yeah,
Florida needs to update a lot of things in their life.
I don't know too much about Florida. Like, I've seen headlines of Florida man. I know shit gets wild down there, but not like, I don't know, like historical state facts about Florida.
Yeah, know? I don't know either. I just know their rule book is real thin.
Is it really?
Their rule book is, it gotta be.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that's the fucking
Florida
thing. Like, I don't want to be like Florida, just
no.
fucking outlaw land. Like, I don't know anything about it, so I'm not gonna be like. I don't know. And my uncle lives in Texas, and it's not like crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. No, it's not crazy at all. It could be the wild wild west if you really wanted it to. If it got jumping, they'd all be with it. All of them, the women too.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, Texas is one of those like really big states that you're allowed to just carry a weapon, like open carry.
Yeah.
And I feel like. You know, that goes hand in hand. Like, if you know everybody around you has a gun, like, you're going to be less inclined to do some dumb shit. Because
that was like that, I think that was in Texas when that dude tried to come in and, like, shoot up a church. I think it
was a diner or something.
No. This one was a church.
Oh, because there's one thing where, like, a chick had a gun in her purse or some shit.
Or I saw that. I saw that.
It was
a
while ago, but
I saw that one too. Anyways, this church one, this dude went in there and he thought he was about to get it popping, and
in Texas,
his life ended very fast.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Like, to the point where it was like the church happened. The church had a security guard for whatever reason. I don't know. It might have been one of those. You know, it might have been a larger church to where like that.
Yeah.
You know, bigger churches have that, but the security guard pulled his gun, and about 20 other church members pulled theirs as well, and that man's life was ended very fast, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's also like, I don't think people realize too, like, the extent of like taking another person's life.
Yeah, no, that's
the impact it has on you
as a person.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that shit is like, I mean, that's another rabbit hole you can go into. But like, well, but like, bro, like,
no, we could get into that because that's a real thing.
Yeah, if you're really like about it, you're like, well, like, I want to carry my gun because I want to stop something from happening in case something happens.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I was like, but how do you know mentally that you're ready to take someone else's life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's like a fucking, that's a thing.
Yeah. Man. And understanding that person is fully no longer.
You took his life.
Here. He's gone.
Yeah. You were the cause of that.
Yes. That is your
even though you like stop something bad from happening, like, you're still going to have repercussions of killing someone.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, you know what, it's great, like, you stopped a school shooting. If you stop that, like, obviously fucking good on you.
Yes.
You know, like, but you're still gonna go home at night, be alone with the thought that, like, I just fucking killed someone.
Yeah.
And then you sit, that's very heavy.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I don't want to dive too deep into it because, like, there are like a lot of tiers to, like, and evidence of people being mentally
traumatized by that. Yeah. That's a traumatic thing.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like,
I even look at that with like the rapper DaBaby. When when he was pretty big already. And he was, from the story that I read, he was in a Walmart with one of his children and their mother. And a guy in the store recognized them and I guess tried to press him a little bit and, flashed his gun on him. Pulled his shirt or whatever and was, I guess, trying to, whatever he wanted to do. I don't know what this guy's state was. And DaBaby pulled his gun out and killed him right there in the middle of the store.
Damn.
And I can understand coming from his point of view that, hey, you're threatening my life, but not only my life, but the life of my child who's right here with me and the life of my child's mother.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do. And he comes from a different culture.
Where's he from?
He's from Charlottesville, North Carolina.
Okay.
To my recollection, I'm pretty sure because he reps Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I believe it's Charlottesville, North Carolina. But he also comes from a different culture. Comes from more of a street culture, so I can understand that's he might have been embedded that a little more. But you see the effects of that started to kind of funnel, I feel like, into his career, because you start to look at, there was a lot of instances where, you know, he was knocking fans out.
Oh yeah, like people that come up to him and shit.
Yeah, right? And stuff. And I think that shows a level of trauma.
Yeah, like obviously I don't know if he actually has an issue with like people coming up to him all random. Mm-hmm. But like if you have that, like that already happened once in your life and you had to kill someone for it. Yeah. And then now you're not sure like who the fuck is running up on you. At any point in time. Yeah. So like I'm pretty sure he has. Did he get arrested recently because he like assaulted a fan? I'm pretty sure that, or like he broke his
it was
probation
like,
or something.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
But like, think about that though, bro. That's the shit that like people are like, well, I'd do it right away. I knew if like I was there, I'd pull my gun out and fucking put a stop to it. And I'm like, but you don't know that. You know, like you know how to shoot your gun, you know how to hit a target, but do you know how to take a human life? Because that's.
And I don't want anyone to I mean, we know there's a lot of people. I know people personally that, especially military.
Yeah, I have
things dude, like that.
Yeah, I have a story, bro. But
and
like,
and even talking to these guys, and these are dudes that I love.
They're trained to do that, dude. And they like the homie that I know, bro. Like it was over a 4-year period. Like when he first went in, like came back, was like, I love. He was a battalion sniper, right? Mm-hmm. So like those dudes are
I have a buddy who's
they catch bodies, bro. Like that's
not anything to play with.
No, dude. Not. But like I remember when he first came back from basic and his like his MOS training or whatever the fuck it is, right? He comes back and he's like, I love it, like it's really cool, like really excited to go out and do this. And then like he goes out. Oh shit. Kind of hit that.
I think it should be fine.
All right. He goes out, he comes back, he seems very normal, and like everything's good, right? He just seems like his normal self, like nothing's up.
Totally.
And then he goes for like 2 years. And I think like it's tours, right? Like,
they go on tours. Yeah,
right. So like he's gone for however long, but the first time he comes back, he's talking to me, and he's like 4 or 5 years older than I am. So he's like 19. And I was like 14 at the time.
So you're young too.
Yeah.
Your brain's
He's my grandma's
developing.
neighbor. Yeah. Okay. So he was still fucking young, but he was out there doing that, you know? And then, you could just like tell by like being around him that like something was up. Yeah. Cause I was like, yo, like, how was it? Like, it's good to have you back for a period of time, like all that shit. And he's just like, I don't really want to talk about it. Yeah. Like kind of stuff. He's like, nah. Yeah. Don't want to talk about it. And then there's like a few times where he's like, yeah, like I don't know if I should say it, but he's like, yo, I killed like 6-7 people. Yeah. This last tour kind of thing. Like he like would say like little shit like that, but it wouldn't go in like detail like, obviously. But I was like, yeah, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, remember every single one. Yeah. Kind of stuff.
It's stamped inside of their brain.
Dude. And he's like, well, I got to go back, and then he's like, I'm not gonna continue serving after my fucking contract is up. Like I'm.
And that happens to a lot of guys. I had a roommate, and he wasn't even on like that tier side. Yeah. But he was overseas in the Middle East, and his Humvee got ran over I think they're IUDs.
Oh, IEDs or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. And he said after that, like. It changed him. Like
it's scary as fuck. I can't even imagine like being in a fucking vehicle that just ran over a mine.
Yeah. Flips your car over.
Dude, 2 seconds. Your life has changed.
Yeah. And you don't and he didn't even go into detail about that either, but I could see it in him. And he told me this because, we were living together, and he wanted me to know that he was like, hey, like I don't necessarily have episodes, but there are days where I really seclude myself. Yeah. He's like, and I don't want you to think that like he's like, I'm just like I gotta process through things. And I understood that, and I'm like, man, like that's tough. And for us to sit here and look at like people like that and our veterans and the treatment that they don't get. And some of them do because they might have really great family support, or they might have, you know, they might just be in a good space where they could do that. Yeah. But there's a lot that don't, and the veteran suicide is insane. Yeah. It's nuts.
That's crazy.
And you know, and we put money into so many other things, but it's just crazy to think about that. How like, oh, you know, we want guns and we want be able to protect ourselves and do these things, but you really don't know the long-term effect that will have on you as a human being. Like,
yeah. Again, we got pretty like in depth on another subject, but like what I think, like having a gun for recreational use, like shooting targets, that kind of stuff, great, fun, be responsible. It's not a toy,
please.
It's a thing. But then, like, I think that people really need to look at the other side of, like, I want this for defense, and just in case something happens, like, I have a weapon to defend my household, my family if I'm out, if you're in a place that you can have a concealed carry or an open carry, wherever the fuck, you know, it's not something to ever be taken, like, lightly. It's not something where you're just ready. You
trigger happy, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, like I don't think it's something that anybody is necessarily like should be like ready for.
Yeah, no. I don't even think that's something that I would necessarily want to be ready for. Like I wouldn't want to have to live with that like thought process.
Yeah. But I feel like some people like take it in as like once I have it on me, you know, like I'm always ready at whatever happens, whatever situation, like I'm ready for.
Yeah, that's a scary thing, man.
Like, all right, man, let's be reasonable here.
Pump our brakes here a little bit. Pump our brakes here a little bit. Let's calm down. But
that's that. Yeah. I mean, this all sparked from the fucking. At least have a point to understand another side before you.
Please understand another side
or argue with someone. At least have some information about the other side.
Yeah, please do. So I mean, with everything, you know, political times, election year, please inform yourself as much as you can. Be informed, understand. Be willing to listen to somebody else's viewpoints and take in what they have to say, whether or not you agree with them. But just listen and have an open mind and a open heart of understanding. Have compassion because that will take us a lot further than you just telling somebody they're a fucking idiot and closing yourself off.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, on a happier kind of funny note, I was on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
and Twitter is a honestly, I have a hate-love relationship with Twitter because people are nuts. Like people are just say the funniest things, but they also say like some wild stuff. So this guy tweeted and he said that he was quoting a tweet that was something about like, oh, wherever you have moles, it was like where.
Oh, I saw this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like wherever you have like moles was where like your past love would kiss you the most.
Yeah.
So this guy.
In like a previous life. Or
like a previous life or something like that. And so this guy was like, I had a mole on my butthole and I had to get it removed because they thought it was cancer.
Yeah.
And then this girl tweeted under him and said, bro, me too. What the fuck? Maybe we're soulmates. And first off, when you get to tell somebody, number one, you're giving a lot of personal information right now that you have mole buttholes. Or butthole moles, whatever it is.
Bars. That's bars.
Yeah, bars. So this girl then goes and says, bro, me too. What the fuck? Maybe we're soulmates.
Right.
And this man responds with, I don't think my soulmate would have gone to Florida State. Sorry. Extremely disrespectful. But maybe he that's what he is.
Yeah.
And so she then tweets, heart been broken so many times. Now, if you're thinking that you're going to find your soulmate via Twitter off of a mole butthole tweet, you got low standards in life.
I feel like there's crazier stories than that, but yeah, I see where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there is for sure. But this is where it gets a little more interesting. So then another man tweets under her tweet, I wouldn't treat you like this. She then says, I have a crush on you.
Like on the same thread?
On the same thread.
Damn.
So I'm like, wow, you move on quick. And then he says, want to hang out. And she, in all caps, puts yes. Now, I think that's crazy. But then our lovely brother that started this whole thing off with his mole butthole tweet then comes back with a classic Migo tweet. Or a classic Migo quote from Quavo saying, and he flipped it a little bit, which I was like, ooh, he's okay. He flipped it. I get the bag and fumble it. You get the bag and flip it and tumble it. I said, man, this guy's a legend.
Yeah.
He understood. He said, wow, I fumbled that bag. He's like, he could have pulled her in. He had her.
Did he want her?
She was. I mean, he didn't. Obviously, he didn't want to because she went to Florida State.
Yeah, I guess that's how you had to look at it too, bro.
Yeah,
So.
but he said, I took this one. I think that's funny though. Like,
yeah,
I think that's hilarious. Twitter is so funny to me, dude. What's wrong with Florida State?
I don't know.
I never been to Florida, so
I haven't either, so I don't know.
Is Florida State crazy?
It's Florida. You were just talking about Florida.
Florida is wild though.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this.
I have another thing to ask you.
Wait.
You heard about Travis Scott McDonald's collab?
Travis Scott and McDonald's. Please enlighten me.
Cactus Jack meal, Cactus Jack burger, whatever.
Cactus Jack meal.
Well, Cactus Jack is his like.
Yes.
Some people call him that, and it's also his label.
Yes, that is.
Right?
Yes. I do know that.
But apparently, like, so he orders a burger a certain way, gets his fries, gets a Sprite, and then barbecue sauce for the fries.
Yes.
And
classic. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but on the quarter pounder, he puts bacon, like lettuce, and shit on it. So
Okay.
it's like he adds shit.
Yeah.
So McDonald's is like, we want to make this like a thing for a certain period of time called the Cactus Jack meal. It's only $6.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, but like, to me, I'm like thinking of all the hype boys and shit, the hype beasts that fucking like.
That'll die behind Travis.
Yeah, sell the burger online on eBay for like the burger that is like untouched Cactus Jack burger, fucking mint condition,
It's all moldy.
$400. No, but like there's also like to me too because I'm
so
like it
true,
wouldn't
though.
get moldy because like McDonald's shit apparently doesn't get moldy.
They're
Like that's so
disgusting.
much preservatives.
And you know when I saying that to you, my mom. Okay, so we used to have. Remember my old burgundy Buick that we had.
Yeah.
So my mom. So when that car like finally died, it sat in our driveway for like a year.
Yeah.
And, my mom was going to. I think she gave it to like, Cars for Kids or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, she
Donated it. Yeah.
And she said that she went in the car to clean it out, and this was probably me that did this too, because I just like be forgetting stuff. But I guess there was like an egg McMuffin that was on the floor in the car,
Like in the wrapper still?
like in the wrapper still. Like there was like, I don't know, maybe like I dropped it or whatever and left it in there. And she said that there was no mold on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It had been in. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it had been in there for like. I'm saying from the time like she stopped driving it to sitting in the car. Like it sat in the driveway for probably a year and a half.
yeah.
And I was like, that's disgusting. We like people put that like. I eat McDonald's still. I don't eat meat anymore, but like when I was eating meat, I was definitely eating McDonald's.
It's cheap.
Cheap,
Something you can afford.
fills
if you're
you
on
up.
Yeah.
It gets you where you need to go.
I always feel like shit when I eat McDonald's.
Oh, horrible.
I feel like just disgusting.
Like,
I don't even have to eat a lot, bro. But if I just like it just sits in your stomach like a rock.
You know, and that's why, because it doesn't digest.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. It doesn't also get mold on it like the normal food does.
Yeah.
Like meat is supposed to go bad after a certain amount.
I was gonna
of time.
grab that meal and like eat it with you and say like, what do you think? But I was like, I don't want to eat McDonald's.
No. I'm glad you didn't, because I
Yeah.
would have been like, I don't even eat
Well,
meat
yeah,
anymore,
you couldn't.
You dirty peasant.
Yeah.
Take care of your body.
I wanted to review it, but
It sounds cool. Like, I mean, that's a cool little collab for him to be able.
apparently though, it's really cool too is because he's like collaborating with them. He designed you like work uniforms for like.
Oh, that's dope.
So it's like Travis Scott designed McDonald's uniforms.
That's cool. I think stuff like that is.
That's cool.
I think that's kind of cool. Like, I'm all for.
It just
for
seemed very
artists-
out of the blue.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
yeah.
but he's probably been doing this for like a while, and then they can imagine like maybe like the manager knows who he is and stuff like that, because it's Travis Scott. So, you know, he's coming in let me get my, my cactus meal. And they know.
Well,
they might know him.
he said he's been ordering that meal since he was like a kid.
Oh, I think that's cool then.
But
yeah.
I don't know who reached out to who, like what team it was.
I would imagine McDonald's.
Yeah. But like I think the last collaboration McDonald's did with a celebrity was Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. But it was like another quarter pounder.
Yeah.
Pounder.
Quarter pounder.
Quarter pounder meal.
Quarter pounder
or some shit like that.
Just kidding. That was we don't do that here. It was a joke. Comedy style.
Comedy style gangbang. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
No. Yeah. So I was like, damn, that's pretty wild. But I don't know. It was just very surprising to me that's a thing that's happening.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of cool though. Like, I mean, it's capitalism, and you think about it too. Like, a lot of people already eat McDonald's. And so, like you said, all those little hype beast boys gonna be over there trying to get their Jack meal.
Yeah, apparently
they're trying to get jacked up.
I think some McDonald's are like franchises.
Yes.
So like they can be privately owned or something.
Yeah.
Some people were not happy that like Travis Scott was the person they're collaborating with because he has explicit lyrics and like shit like that. And McDonald's is viewed as like a family establishment in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so like, but they still did it. They're like,
they don't care. Yeah, they're trying to make a bag.
Yeah. So I mean,
maybe they won't sell it. Who knows? Maybe they say we don't sell that here. I mean,
I think they have to. Is the thing.
Oh
wait, actually, I don't know.
I would know because
participating locations only.
Yeah, participate.
But I feel like why would you want to miss that opportunity?
Because they're arrogant.
Yeah.
Pride. I mean, think about it. Like, I saw this thing and it was like when Wiz Khalifa did that collaboration with Oreo, and it was like him and his son. And I
didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, so Wiz Khalifa did a commercial with Oreo, and it was like him and his son. They on there, and he twists the Oreo off. And they eat it, whatever. They do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was somebody had quoted it and was like, "Do you know how much of a wholesome person you have to be to get a collaboration with Oreo, and you smoke that much weed publicly?" And I was like, "You got a point there."
Yeah.
So I mean,
smoking weed doesn't make you bad though.
No, it doesn't make you bad at all. But I'm just saying, like, that man is very open about his marijuana consumption.
He's very pro marijuana.
Yes. And it's not, like, again, it's not federally legal either. So it is a state-to-state thing.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm for it. I think good for Travis. Congratulations to him.
Yeah. Yeah, good on him. Good job,
Travis. Get your bag.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just, I didn't know if you heard about that.
I did not know.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not an avid McDonald's eater either, so it's not like ruining my, like, damn, now the lines are gonna be longer because fucking because Cactus Jack meal. But that's like the same thing I view too. Like, do you ever watch Rick and Morty?
Yes, love Rick and Morty.
The Szechuan sauce bit they did?
Yes,
and how that impacted McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, if you really look at that too, I'm like, Rick and Morty's not for kids.
It's not at all.
But
they popped up.
They still relaunched this sauce for like a day or whatever.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did it, and it like all this hype, and they ended up running out, and like it was this big ordeal. People were really upset, and I'm just like,
I did not know that. Yeah. I honestly was thinking about that because when I first saw that episode is crazy too. If you like,
yeah.
But when I first saw that episode, I was like, Szechuan sauce Mulan. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna bring that back. Like, I think that'd be cool if they did a little promo, like, just to see what it does. Because I can imagine. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I can imagine that would be something extremely lucrative because the amount of people that just watch that show in general and like being like, oh, something new from McDonald's and this whole thing and this came back from the 80s, whatever. Like, that's kind of cool. So I mean, I honestly had no idea they even brought that back for a moment in time.
Yeah, they did.
They should do that again.
I was wondering, dude.
Get some fries. Yeah. I love McDonald's fries.
Yeah, they're really good. But like it was originally for like a Mulan thing, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like, they just put out another the live action Mulan.
Yes.
So, I heard that got some backlash because one of the actors, like rioting and police protests are still going on.
Yeah.
Over there, like heavy.
Oh yeah, in China, yeah. They've been getting it jumping.
Yeah. So I guess I think the actor that plays Mulan was like pro, like the government and police type of deal. So that's not the side of the protesters.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of people are like, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah. So I mean,
I can understand that.
Yeah.
She's a very good actress.
I don't even know who it is.
I don't know her name. I'd have to look it up right now. But I like those type of like kung fu movies and stuff like that. And there's a movie that she's in called dang, I'm blanking on the name right now. It's called The Monkey King. Yes. And essentially it's just about like this kid. He lives in Boston, whatever. Gets like this old man has this little like staff, whatever, never lets him touch it, yada yada yada. Old man, these guys try to rob him. He's there, gets shot. They chase him up. He takes the staff. He's like, get it back to the rightful owner, whatever. So goes through the stuff, and he goes like back in time or something like that, and like or something of that sort. Goes like another dimension, and like has to get the staff back to the Monkey King to restore balance to the universe. It's crazy, but she's in the movie. And she plays like a really exceptional role. Like she does really well. And her, I like her as an actress. I mean, personally, like I've seen her in some other. I don't know what the other movies are, just because I'd be having them on dub DVDs.
For sure.
I got them. I don't even know where I got those DVDs from. Okay, my mom's ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
He left them.
Yeah.
He didn't leave him. He kind of just like had them there, and he was like, "Oh, you can watch these if you want to." And I would just keep them. And then they were just like mad movies, like with no titles on them, just like the names written on them. They were like all dubs, like. I don't know where this man definitely bought him out the back of a van.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
It's those, but like they're still good movies.
Yeah,
really good. Really
yeah,
good.
there's that, and then I think we started talking about that because of like McDonald's collab shit, right? All right, yeah. So
the McDonald's,
yeah, so
tangents
like
fine.
that, yeah. But
McDonald's collabs are lit. Whatever, dude. Let them get it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tight.
The Szechuan sauce, the Cactus Jack. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, yeah, that Szechuan sauce. I think that was cool. I honestly, I wanted to try it, low key. I didn't even know they did that. That's crazy.
Did you know that like
I don't ever see promotions for anything anymore because like we don't watch TV.
Yeah.
So it's like no commercials.
I feel like they should market better on social media.
I think
they could.
They could. I think people have a love-hate relationship with ads.
Probably.
Because
if the ads are good, I don't mind them. If they're just like there just to
be annoying.
Yeah, I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
But I get it. I mean, everybody's trying to get their money up, but I mean, people clickbait makes sense. I get it. Oh, bro. Okay, so I got to tell you this. So I ride the bus multiple places.
Oh yeah.
Don't have a whip right now.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so the other day I was riding the bus to work, and this chick is on the bus. Number one, she ain't got no mask on. She looked dirty. So I was like, and you could tell she was kind of moving around a lot, looking around.
What time of the day was it?
This is at like, it's like 12:40.
Okay. PM.
Yeah, 12:40 p.m. Yeah, it's like
middle
midday.
of the day.
Yeah, it's midday. So she's on the bus, and I could tell she hit the smack. she's looking for some smack. And if you don't know what smack is a street term, a lingo for a multitude of drugs, including crack, heroin, and PCP, potentially other things. But she's looking for some hard drugs.
Yeah.
And she ain't got no mask on, dirty fingernails, all this stuff. She's moving around. And so we stop at the Brea Mall because that's where our transit goes. And she gets off the bus. And as soon as she gets off the bus, she stick her fingers like in her mouth. I repeat.
Just
gets off the bus. And maybe she didn't I think she might have been biting her nails or something. But her hands went to her mouth and there was no food going inside of it.
Okay.
And I almost threw up.
Oh.
And I said, she's better than that. But then I thought about it and I was like, maybe she's not. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. Yeah. So I was just like, man. So that happened. That was like 2 days ago. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And so I haven't rode the bus since high school. So I was like, okay, it's whatever. It's normal. It happens. So then today, I'm on my way here, and I'm waiting at the Brea Mall again.
Yeah, it's a hot spot apparently.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I'm waiting at the Brea Mall, and I got off the bus, and this guy got off with me, but I didn't notice him while he was on the bus. He didn't say anything to me or anything like that. So I'm sitting there, and I'm standing there just listening to some music, chilling, waiting for the next bus to come. And dude starts talking to me. But mind you, I don't realize he's talking to me at the time, so I'm not paying attention to him.
Yeah.
He starts talking to me, and then I see him start, like, I'm looking around. I see him start walking over towards me, so I'm like, oh. I pause my music, and I'm like, oh, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they keep telling me that that I'm and I don't understand what's going on. And I was like, what? So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe like they trying to tell him something about his, maybe his pants ripped or whatever. And I'm looking at him, and he's just like, yeah, and I don't know what they're talking about, and this is crazy. And I was like, I literally didn't say anything to him. I was just like, and he kept talking, like he just kept going for like a cool like 2-3 minutes. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't know. They're crazy. And he's like, yeah, I know they're crazy, right? And he's like, I guess they are. And I was like, yeah, like, I guess they're crazy. He's like, I guess we're all crazy. And I was like, yeah, I think so. And I just put my headphones on.
So you just let him go
and
with it.
He was just like, okay, yeah, they're crazy. And just like walked away, and he just kept talking. And I was like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, is it? And I know, like, look, I'm not into the whole like stars aligning and full moons and all that, but I was like, the full moon was like 4 to 5 days ago. Are y'all still tripping? Like, what's going on? I don't quite understand what's happening right now. But I'm also like, he didn't look like crazy. He looked like he was like going to work.
Yeah,
He had like his work boots on, little shirt. I had his bag. I was like, all right, he's going somewhere. He's probably trying to go get him some money. And he wasn't tweaking, but he just sounded nuts.
Huh.
And I was like, hey, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to mind my business. Like, I'm over here by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I do what I can.
Did you feel intimidated in any way?
No way, shape, or form.
Okay.
No way, shape, or form.
I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. You never know what is really going on in someone's head.
No. And that's why I like he didn't get close to me really either. Like, he was probably like 6-7 feet away from me. He was social distancing.
Was he wearing a mask?
He was wearing a mask, actually.
Okay.
So I was like, he wasn't crazy. Like, he had his mask on. He was social distancing from me. Maybe he just wanted to talk. Or maybe he just wanted somebody to have like a conversation with. You never know.
Maybe he like said something before you heard him.
That could have been so.
But like, you never know, dog.
I didn't know because I had headphones on, and I mean, people.
Yeah, usually that's so weird. Like, I don't understand the idea of people trying to talk to you like while you clearly have something in your ear.
Yeah,
like you're not paying attention.
No, and I can see if they need to ask you a question, like, hey, they get your attention.
But if he was just straight up talking to you,
he was just talking, going off, and I was like,
all right,
¿Qué?
¿Qué pasó?
No hablo inglés.
No.
He might have said, shoot, I wish if he would have started speaking to me in Spanish, it might have been a problem.
Yeah.
And be like, Drake. I'm a Spanish girl convinced that I know Spanish, but when she get to talking, I don't understand it. Bars. That happened to me one time while I was at work. This lady was she was with her friend, and a lot of people think that I really feel like people really think I'm Hispanic. And that's not a problem. Like, shout out to all my Latinos. Love Spanish people. Love Spanish music, Spanish food.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
But, like, this lady was with her friend, and they were, I think her friend was, like, Dutch or something. So they were speaking in Dutch for a second. Yeah. And then we were speaking English, and I said something in Spanish, like, just, like, the little phrases I know or whatever. Like, that's crazy. I said something. And then she said like a complete sentence to me in Spanish. I had no idea what she said. And then we both started laughing at the same time. And I laughed because I was like, haha, I don't know what you're saying right now. And we both laughed, but it was like perfect because she then like laughed and then looked at her friend and she was like, oh yeah, I was just telling him this, and this. And I was like, she really thinks I know what she said. I'm going to let this rock for a second. Yeah. So I just let it slide. And then I was just like, damn, I feel like Drake right now. I'm Champagne Poppy for the day. I wish. That man's wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy. I felt like a legend in that moment.
Legend?
I never saw that lady again after that, too, and I was totally okay with that.
Well, she'll have that memory.
She will.
You'll have yours.
I have mine, too, and I'm talking
She'll never know.
She'll never know.
She'll never know.
I mean, actually, if she finds out, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
We had a moment.
Yeah.
It was a great story. I found out what she said afterwards because she told her friend, but like.
What did she say?
I don't remember.
I
don't remember at all.
No clue at all.
But I knew that she thought I knew Spanish. I want to learn Spanish.
I mean, you can.
Like fully. Like,
yeah. Just gotta
practice.
A lot.
I've been practicing my numbers. Like that one dude that'd be like 157. Have you seen that guy?
Talking about the Vietnamese guy?
Yeah. I love that dude.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
He's on something.
Somebody can sample. Hey, look.
He's on something. He made like a whole song, didn't he?
Yeah. And it was just numbers. He's just saying numbers. Bless you.
Oh my God, thank you.
The fact that you can just sing numbers and people are entertained by that is actually really funny. It just shows how.
No.
Never mind. Thank you for that. Don't want to go there.
Yeah.
That's fine though.
Shit, man.
That was good. That was funny.
How's everything else? I know you had some big things happen last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to touch on that or.
I mean, why not?
I don't know. Hey, man, if it's
not it went really well actually. It went really well.
I didn't hear much about it.
Yeah. We actually just didn't get a chance just to kind of talk about it, but we had talked off mic beforehand. But yeah, so it was good. Yeah, so I for those of you obviously that don't know, I hadn't seen or spoken to my biological father in almost 11 years, and we reconnected. I reached out to him via the Facebook, which I never use. Yeah, but that was the best possible way to do it, and we met, and man, we had it went really well. We I think I went into the situation wanting to heal and gain understanding of circumstance. Yeah. So I think I prepared myself. I had a lot of really good conversations, and I was talking to my cousin beforehand. And I was just like, bro, I'm nervous, Yeah. It's 11 years, no communication whatsoever. That can, but there were some things inside of me that I knew I needed to speak to. I needed to deal with. And I remember talking to her, and she was like, bro, you have to understand something. You don't know everybody's circumstance. Yeah. And people are people. And because people are people, they fuck up. Right. They don't make the best choices all the time. She's like, and this is the part that hit me. She was like, how many times have you fucked up in your life? Yeah. On some real shit. And I sat and I paused there and I was just like, yeah, that's right. And so I took that for all that it's worth. And she was like, yo, you got to take that whole conversation with a grain of salt and understand that, like, if you are open and honest and vulnerable with him, he might just be open, honest, and vulnerable with you. And so I took that for what it was, and we stepped in, and he gave clarity, but also just owned his part. And he was just like, hey, man, like, this is what it was. This is what I was going through. This is the things that were kind of happening. He's like, but I still should have been there. And right. I still should have made an effort. And he's like, and I'm thankful that you reached out. I think the biggest thing for me too is like, he's like, I've, kind of watched over the years, the things you've done. And he's like, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. And I think that was a big thing for me. Yeah. To have him to say that, he's proud of the things that I've done. And he's like, you're not out here, gang banging or doing drugs or, this, that, and the third. You're not in and out of jail. And he's like, you got a job, you're educating yourself, you're moving up and trying to better yourself as a man. He's like, that's all that a father, could really ask for. Yeah. And so that was cool, man, to be able to see that and him to just give lightning and want to rekindle a relationship and work from here forward, Yeah. So we're working on it, man. Yeah. So, are
you gonna hang out with him anytime soon, or are you?
I think we're trying to figure that out. I think he wants me to meet my sister, which I think is gonna be super dope.
How old is your sister?
I want to say she's probably a year or two older than me, so she's probably like 25, something like that. So he's like, he said he's gonna link with her and figure out what her schedule looks like, and then we'll just get together and get some dinner and just kind of chop it up and just start to build relationships.
That's good.
So man, I'm excited. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. We take it for what it is, and it doesn't have to be rushed or pushed or anything like that. We could take our time with it.
Yeah.
Because you still got to guard yourself, and you got to guard the energy that you have, and making sure you're good. But
yeah,
I will say this though, for anybody, in any form of relationships that you have, or situations that have occurred, like you don't have to die behind your pride. Pride is a dirty thing. And sometimes your pride can be really good for you, but sometimes it can be really detrimental. And it can cause you to maybe not squash certain things that just need to be squashed. Whether it be, a work relationship, whether it be a friendship, family, some random person you've never met in your life that you just had a squabble with, and maybe you see them again, or maybe you're in that situation and they say something you don't like, and you don't have to double down and die behind everything. You can kind of just be like, sometimes you gotta just let things go, and just like it's not that serious, because you don't know what today or tomorrow holds in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I think I got to the point where I was like, man, like, what if my dad died tomorrow, and I never reached out, and I wanted to, and I never just squashed some emotions that I had and processed through these things.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, we gotta deal with that, and work through it. So if you're in that place and you're like, man, I don't know if I could do this or do that, I think you can. I think you should take the people that are around you that, can give you real guidance, can give you real understanding, and give you a multitude of perspectives.
Yeah.
But also make sure that it's people that's really down for you, that's really close, that really has your best interest at heart. And want to see you be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Because that'll then determine the information that they give you. And also, somebody might give you some information, and you might need to take it through one ear and let that go right out the other. And be like, you know what?
That's true.
That's not the way I want to live my life. That's not going to be the best for me.
It's facts.
Yeah, man. So it was good. Like,
Yeah.
I think I think we growing. And I've seen that, even in relationship with my moms. Me and my mom have built our relationship up to be a lot better than what it has been in the past.
True.
And that's just a testament to, like, sometimes you gotta like keep it real, but you gotta just let some stuff go. And process through those things. Don't just let things go and be like, oh, I'm just gonna let it go, and I haven't never dealt with it, because that'll cause bitterness and resentment inside yourself, and you don't want that. You want to be able to process through things, to let them go, to actually heal from them. You want that in life, man. Life's too short to be holding on to bitterness and malice and hatred and stuff, man.
Feel you.
Stuff's wild.
I agree.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Could not do that anymore. That is detrimental for the soul, and we do not need that in our lives.
Yeah.
Damn.
Did we touch base on why we changed the name?
Oh no, we did not. I think we should get into that right now.
I think so.
You want to jump that off with just what you saw?
Oh, well, I didn't even see it. Rachel saw. She was looking like the night we made our YouTube channel, the day after we made our YouTube channel. Like, didn't post anything yet, but she was like, "Oh, I want to go and find it and like subscribe." So it's like all that shit. And she's like, "Did you know that there's another Keep It a Buck podcast?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, it already has like 1.4 thousand followers and shit like that." And I was just like, "Oh, well, that's not."
It's not gonna work then.
Nah, I was like, so I just texted you right away.
Yeah.
I was just like, I think we might need to reconsider the name, just because like someone else already has this,
and they got it going for them.
Yeah, like they
and we don't step on toes. We don't step on toes. That's
I'd like,
cool.
And I also like to create something that's 100% like
ours.
Yeah,
genuine, authentic.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about later on down the road like clashing with somebody else. You know, it's like it just made more sense. So. It was that. It was wanting to have a thing where we can for sure call it our own thing, 100%,
Yeah. That's good. I like that. Yeah. And I mean, we had a bunch of other, I had like, I text you this, dude. I had names just in the tuck already, just in case for a situation like this. Like, we'll start with this. Cause I knew that like Keep It a Buck, I felt like was something that was just like, like,
rolls off the tongue nice.
Rolls off the tongue nice. It's real. It's 100%. It's kind of who we are. Like we don't sugarcoat. We don't lie. We are 100% with what we do and what we say. And we might not always be right in what we say, but we're always gonna be real. And so I thought that
try
was
to
good.
be right.
We try to be right. We try to fact check as much as we can, but we also tell you when we like, I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just spewing something. Find it for yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we ended up we ran through a couple names. We're trying to go through some things that we thought that sounded good, that was genuine to us, and we came up. We got Sons of the Culture.
Yeah.
And it was funny because my one of my coworkers asked me like, "What is Sons? What is the culture?"
The culture.
And I was like, I mean, you can't really explain
culture.
Culture.
Well, I mean, the definition of culture, like, is, I don't know.
We could actually
the definition of culture is just like
the actual Webster definition.
Yeah, I don't want to like say it incorrectly. So I'm just gonna look it up. But I feel like it's just like pastimes and how people live and like the way they view things and like it's a big thing. It's the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarded collectively. Yeah. So I mean, that's the definition. So it just means like you can get culture from anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere, and culture comes with what's going on. Yeah. So I think we just view life of actually what's going on. And it's funny because I was thinking about like what it like sons and like what a son is, and then like people like sometimes people's definition of like, oh, like dang, like he got sons, like it look about like LeBron James and like Kyrie, when they split from teams, and there's kind of like a son thing where you kind of pat a dude on the back of the head, and it's kind of like, oh, like not that you're beneath me, but like I've got some things on you. Yeah. And I don't think that's a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. I think you could be a son because sons learn things. They're for lack of better words, they are still in the process of understanding. Yeah. And I think that's we're still in the process. We're understanding things, we're learning as we go. Yeah. And so Sons of the Culture is kind of like, hey, like we're young, we're educating ourselves upon multitude of things, a multitude of lifestyles, of a multitude of understandings of how people live and what they do and why they do the things they do, and so we're engaging in that. Yeah. So we're not at the top tier. We're not 70 yet and have lived through crazy things in life and have this knowledge and power. We have understanding upon things, but we're still learning too. Yeah. And we want y'all to learn with us. We want y'all to be educated and have understanding and laugh and joke and do all the things that we like to do as well. Yeah. But we take that to ourselves. Yeah. We take that for what it is. So that's how we got here, and that's where we're going to stay at. Yeah. And we're going to hold it down because it's us.
For sure, dude.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, definitely. So that was how we got here. Process of the name change.
I wanted y'all to know that because
all I did was like when I posted like the first video that came out, I was like, there was a name change. We'll touch on it later because I didn't want to just be like, oh, fucking out of nowhere, like,
hey, what is this?
Yeah,
I thought y'all were keeping it back.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's cool.
We were, but we are now.
I'm hoping that each week too that we put a new episode out, like they see up in quality. Yeah, kind of thing. Like I hope the episode that's gonna come out, what will be tomorrow, but it'll be, I don't know what it's gonna look like for them. I forget like how to imagine it because when they hear this, it'll be next week. Yes. So like by the time it's next week, I hope that like the second video was better and then this video is better.
Even better. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just continue to go on with that kind of shit.
And we just want to be better. We want to do better. We want you guys, the listeners, the viewers, the people that are coming to be on our team. Yeah. In our fan base, if you will, we'll gain more every week that they come here. Yeah. And also, man, feel free to shoot info and insight if you're like, hey, you guys could have maybe done this better. We're not stingy prudes. Yeah. We're not gonna brown nose and stick our nose down at you. Like, who am I? Yeah. I'm just a kid from Fullerton, California, man. That's all it is. So, shout out Fulas.
Yeah, it's got its areas.
Yep,
it's cool.
Yeah, it brought us up.
Yeah, I mean, not just here.
Not just here at all. But I mean, we'll get there.
Yeah,
You'll learn y'all will learn as we go.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was good to address that and let people know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
and then
you're not in the dark. We're like,
we'll just change it and don't even fucking mention it at all.
They're like, what happened here? Be like, none of your business.
It's an A and B conversation. See yourself out.
Whoa,
way, brother.
Something my mom would say.
Yeah,
mom, based for grown folks. I used to hate that.
Yeah. Do you know that saying's like "be there, be square"? Do you know I think why it's said?
No.
Because you're not around. You get it?
I do get it.
I think that's why they said it. Like, be there, be square. Because if you're square, you're not around.
You're not around, and you weren't around there. So
exactly.
Aha! Yeah. I wouldn't have. I
forgot how I learned that, but I did, and I was like, that makes sense. I don't say that, but it makes sense.
Hey, what does a deaf gynecologist say?
What?
Oh wait, no. Hold on. Fucked up the joke already.
You already did the punchline?
Yeah. What does a deaf gynecologist do?
What do they do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Read lips. It's not my joke, but I thought it was funny.
Oh, wow. Just wow. Just wow overall. You love it.
So
you
funny.
love it.
I saw that and I was like,
God, dude. That is just...
You're not wrong, though.
I guess, if you look at it that way, they are reading lips. Jeez Louise. All right, where we at? Time-wise.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not funny, but that was funny.
We're about an hour and 10 in. You want to...
I mean, I didn't really bring anything today.
No. I think we had some good stuff today. I feel like today could be a shorter episode.
Yeah, that's fine. So we just want to thank y'all for coming, hearing us out. We hope that you gained some information today on just how to be a better human being. Love people. Be kind. I want to say that. Be kind to people out here. Have a little bit of compassion. I know it's hard for me too at certain days, man. I'm like, yo, I do not want to be nice to you. You're being an asshole. But at the same time, I also don't know what you're going through and what stresses could be coming in your life. COVID is still active. It's going down from what I've seen and heard. So hopefully you guys are out there staying safe, being well, showing love to one another. And we'll just continue to go on this journey together. Hey, what's like one thing that, once things are kind of back to the new normal, because it won't be the old normal, obviously. But
what do I want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to have a fucking legitimate session with musicians.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to be able to get together with like more than one other person, 2 other people at a time, and like really get some shit down. I'm trying to dude, I'm telling you, bro. We'll probably record one today. I'm gonna start uploading shit on my Instagram, maybe on YouTube, of like the sessions we have. Okay. Because like I want people to get that fucking energy, bro. Yeah. Like it's like songs we make are cool. Don't get me wrong. I know you get positive feedback on them. I've gotten positive feedback, but like even that like 40-second clip or whatever, or minute clip that I put of just us two, just like a very slim thing of like what we do when we're together working on stuff.
It's
like,
just us two.
Like I feel like it adds more to like the music.
Yeah.
Like people understand when shit's made. Like if they can see like the process of creation, they're just like, I appreciate it that much more.
I think so as well.
So I'm trying to.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I personally, I want to have a cookout. I want to have a cookout with just like my friends, family, music, beers, good food. Yeah. And just to be able to like have people that I love and care for around. I want to hug them, look them in their face, slam dominoes on the table, the whole shebang, dude. Like, so I want to have a cookout with just everybody, no mask on, mask off, fucking mask off. Shout out Future. I wanna just. That's what I want. I want to do that.
We gotta get there though.
Yeah, and I think we will. The weather's starting to change a little bit.
Yeah, wear your fucking mask.
Please, wear a mask. If you go outside and you're in a public area,
wear a mask
with other people around. Yes. Put a mask on.
Yeah,
it's not hard.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah,
it's pretty simple.
Yeah,
it won't last forever.
No,
so just do it.
Yeah. I think so.
So thank you guys. We will see you next week. Love, peace, and no hair grease. Shout out LSM. Catch y'all on the rebound.
Yep.